Hello everybody, this is JD. Yep, this is JD. What do I got to tell you today? First, let's think a little bit. Look at what I'm wearing right now. Levi jacket, ball cap. It's because I'm outside working. I had a pipe that was frozen. Luckily it didn't rupture, at least not yet. And it thawed out. But that ain't what this is talking about. Why I'm wearing this Levi jacket and ball cap is because I'm going to talk to you about something that is personal to each and every one of you. Yes, dress for the job. Okay, what's the job? What makes you think, well, what makes me think I can do a better job as president than Obama? Well, I'm going to give you my State of the Union message. Compare it to the one you heard from Obama, which, by the way, to me, other than changing a few names and having a few different faces, sounded almost identical to the one he gave last year. State of the Union. The poor in this country are getting poorer. The rich in this country are getting richer. The gap between the two are spreading. That is not good for any nation. That is good for a revolution, because that causes revolutions. The government is not working for the people. They're working for their own political parties. Well, that's not a government of the people, by the people, for the people. The union, as far as the federal government is concerned, is almost totally dysfunctional. And it's not because the men in Congress can't do the job. It's because they're letting their political parties come first.
Yeah, right, that's true.
They do not realize, those people in Washington, D.C. do not realize that they are not Republicans. They are not Democrats. They are the President, the Vice President, Congress, and the Senate of the country, and nothing else. And because of that, our federal government is falling apart. That is the State of the Union, as I see it. Obama now says, well, we're going to do it this way whether you like it or not. Well, that is one form of leadership. You know that type. You do it because I said so. I am the leader, and because I say this is the way it will be done, this is the way it will be done. Whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't matter. This is the way I want to do it. That is wrong. That is the poorest of all type leaders there is. We need a leader who needs to say, this is the job that needs to be done. And we somehow have to get it. I will give you a direction, but you have inputs to it. But we have to achieve this point. The poor got to stop getting poorer. The unemployed got to stop being unemployed. How many people have given up looking for jobs? That is where the problem is. How many people are run out of their second extension and needs a third extension of unemployment? That is where the nation is. The 1% in this country's got to stop hogging all the money. They got to realize when they're dead, it don't go nowhere. It don't follow them on. So turn it around. Bring it back into this country. Take that 1% and bring it back in and invest in new types of jobs. Some of them are going to be successful and make you richer. Yes, some of them are going to be failures and might make you a little bit poorer, but you wouldn't even notice the difference. Not when you spend millions and millions of dollars on yachts. If you lose $1 million on a company, you won't know the difference. But the bottom line is the State of the Union is not good. It is on the brink of a total revolution, which can either be peaceable or violent. That's where the State of the Union is. The people of this country are splitting off into groups, just like Congress. And when that happens, we're going to have the same dysfunction in the country. It's going to be the poor and the rich. That's the State of the Union. And that jerk that compared the present feelings like Nazi Germany, no. I would compare it to prior to the French Revolution. And look what happened to the rich there. Remember, hey, Tales of Two Cities, La Guillotine, La Guillotine. The old lady, as she knits her hat. La Miserable. The thing is, people, understand, we allow this by allowing Congress to function as it does, by supporting the political parties. I ask you to stop giving them a red cent. That's all. People, stop supporting the political parties. Bring them to their knees. And then throw them out the door. Our government doesn't need these megalith octopus of greed called political parties in our government. When greed enters into a government, it can be bought because someone will have the funds to buy it. Principles are what makes a government strong. Greed is what makes a government weak. We got a very greedy government. Extremely greedy. Because there is no principles any longer. I mean, look at the doggone lie Bill Clinton said. We're not talking about I'm talking about marijuana. Every one of you who ever been around anyone who had smoked marijuana, did you or did you not smell it? You did, right? And what you smelled was the marijuana. You inhaled it. So you're telling me he's at a place where they're smoking marijuana, he puts the cigarettes to his lips, but he never inhaled any marijuana. Maybe not for the cigarette when he was at his lips, but when he was breathing, he was constantly inhaling it. I never smoked marijuana, but I have inhaled it many times. Going through the barracks when I was a watch and smelling this stuff and having to call security because I smelled it, which means I inhaled it. When we did the tests as a chief, when they lit off marijuana so we would know the smell, and we put there by the box and we smelled it, I inhaled it, but I never smoked it. I never even put it to my lips, but I know what it smells like. And if I know what it smells like, means I inhaled it. See, he's a liar. And he gets up there and he lies to you and goes on, and you people fall for it. You fall for the government stories. You fall for the government lies. I'm telling you, the way I see it, the State of the Union is poorer getting poorer, richer getting richer. The government is dysfunctional. The people are breaking off into different groups, the poor against the rich. that government is heading towards either a peaceable or a violent revolution if these trends are not stopped. That's where it is. That's the state of the union. Can we fix it? Yes. Can it be turned around? Yes. But you, the people, are going to have to want to do it, because you have to understand, supporting the political parties, the party is only interested in power. Their power. They maintain power. They are an entity. Without power, they do not exist. Greed makes it so that they can be bought. So we got a power-hungry, greedy government that is non-functional to the needs of the nation. We have people who are poor that are getting poorer. We have the top 1% that's getting richer and don't know what to do because there's no one to show them direction. They think giving to charities is a good thing. No. Developing the nation is the good thing. I see the commercial where they have all the Chrysler products running down a runway. How many of those cars are actually made in the United States? I think 1 to 300. I'm not sure. But I know that the Toyota Camry is made in the Midwest somewhere. Totally made in the country. Parts come from all around the world, but it's assembled and put together there. So, I think it's wonderful that they made the uniforms totally American made for the Olympic team this time. Wool from the Midwest, well, from sheep from the Midwest, spun on the textiles on the Southeast, dyed, come from throughout the country. The weaving was done, and then it was put together at another, all American made and cheaper than the uniforms that they had before. This is what the American people want to see. They want to see there's hope. They want to see that there's a light. They want to know that they can get off of unemployment. That there will be a job if they go out and look. And not being a door greeter at a Walmart or a cashier at a supermarket or a bagger at another store. Not being a hamburger flipper at a fast food restaurant or waiter or waitress at another restaurant. All are good, solid, working, and needed jobs in this country. But the established father, mother, the established worker should be beyond that. And when they have to accept that, then they're taking the jobs away from the college students, the high school students, and the recent graduates who are just starting to enter the job market. So the professionals are doing the non-professional, and the non-professionals that are getting out of school has no place to turn. Those are stepping stones. They're important jobs. Believe me, they are. They where people learn how to work with people. People learn what work is. It's not school. It's work. And people start their careers where they head into the different directions. Many of them go to college while they're working. So, what is the state of the union as I see it? Rich are getting richer, poor are getting poorer. Government is totally non-functional, party against party. Neither Congress or Senate work for the people. They're only interested in their parties. They're only interested in power and money, greed. Our Congress is full of power-hungry, greedy entities that aren't functioning, that can be bought. The American people are left to fend for themselves almost completely. Jobs availability has dropped greatly. Career jobs have dropped. There's all kinds of non-professional jobs available. The government is becoming so dysfunctional that the country is causing the people to split into two very distinctive splits, the rich and the poor, and that usually heads towards a revolution. Whether it's peaceable or violent, I can't tell you. People have been looking for jobs, are running out of their unemployment. Second time around, and Congress is dilly-dallying around about a third extension. That's the present state of the union. Can we fix it? Yes. Can it be turned around? Yes. Can the job be handled by us, the people? Yes. But the bottom line is, people, you're going to have to do it. Don't expect the government. And I'm telling you, support me. We can do it. I could gather people around the neighborhood to stand here. I got people that are in the Navy, people that are in the Marines. I could have them back here that have been in Afghanistan and Iraq. I have people, actually my new son-in-law has been all around the country. He's a bosun's mate chief in the Navy, and he's been in a lot of different countries doing a lot of stuff. And then I got the Marine catty corner across the street that just got back from Afghanistan. I have people up and down this street that are on welfare. I have people on this street who are on unemployment that has ran out, and they don't know how they're going to pay the bills in the next 3 months. So I could put the faces here, the same faces, and say the same things that Obama said, the exact same things. And I don't even have to leave my neighborhood. But there's one difference between me and Obama. That's what he said last year, and I don't truly remember. He probably said the same thing at the beginning of his third. The year before that, probably the year before that. Nothing new. Nothing at all new. He says, we're going to do it this time, and we're going to do it my way. Which last year he said, we're going to do it my way. I seem to remember Frank Sinatra being mentioned on the news report afterwards on both different people. Bottom line, people, is no. It's not going to get done. It's not going to get done his way, because that's the first thing he did to destroy everything. It needs to be done. We need to fix the problem. We can fix the problem. First and foremost, we need to get the political parties out of our federal government. They need to be gone. We, the people, can do it. Not Congress. Second, we need to show Congress, the federal government, Congress, especially the House and the Senate, who they actually work for. They are not part of the federal government. Every congressman and every senator works for a state and the people within that state, and nobody else. That's the interest they're to be looking out for. That's the way our government was set up. Once we get Congress, I am sure those people in Congress are intelligent enough to do the job that needs to be done. But they need to be shown what their job is. They are not Republicans and Democrats. They are congressmen and senators. And they represent states and people, not a political party. How can we get a government to function when our Congress can't even function on the founding ground rules of our government. Do I have to repeat again what the State of the Union is? It's not very good. You all by now should know it. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. Unemployment is terrible. People cannot find a decent job. People are running out of unemployment benefits. Our federal government is totally dysfunctional. We got a president who thinks that he's going to bully everybody now into following him, which isn't going to work. Has no idea how to get people to follow. That is one type of leader. I'm the president. You're going to do it whether you like it or not. Sounds like Nixon, doesn't it? And the truth is, no. And Congress needs to work for the people, which it is not. It's working for the political parties. So it's totally dysfunctional. So we got a dysfunctional government. We got people being unemployed. We got benefits, unemployment benefits running out. People looking for jobs that can't find jobs. People that are losing everything they got. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. That's the State of the Union. It's getting to the point where the people are separating between the rich and poor, and that usually leads to a revolution. Dysfunctional government, separation of people, hey, it needs to be turned around. The State of the Union is not pretty, but we, the people, can fix it. That's why I tell you to disregard the political parties and seriously look at me. I'm no different than you. The only difference between me and those politicians is, to me, you're the most important thing. To them, how to get reelected is. How to raise money. And the political party. To me, I don't care about money, and I don't care about political parties. But I do care about you, the American people, and I very dearly care about this country. And I know the different types of leadership, and I'm a type that does not lead by bullying. Can, if must be, but I prefer my leadership style, which is, here's where we need to go, here's a way to how to get there, let's get there, we can do it. We have to do some changes. You may not like the changes in Congress that we, the people, are going to do, but we're going to have a Congress that precedents the Congress that will be set up. It has been there before. The Continental Congress, the Congress after the Constitution, all were this type. They existed this way, not the way our Congress exists today. We, the people, can do it. I can lead. We can show the way. And I'm sure Congress would end up following. But we have to remove two things out of Congress. The political parties, there's no room in our Congress for them. And greed. We have to teach Congress who they work for. They work for the states and the people within those states. They are representatives of the states. They make up Congress, but they are not the federal government. The federal government falls into the executive branch. The people and the states fall into Congress. Like I said, Congress is like a mall. All those stores in the mall don't work for the mall. They work for the stores. But they make the mall. Congress, all those people in Congress, whether the Senate or the House, work for the state and the people. Not the federal government. But yet they make up Congress. Yes, the State of the Union is not pretty. And Obama just repeated what he said last year. Nothing new, nothing different, and expects that to make a big deal.
Yeah.
So that's JD's version of the State of the Union. We are in bad shape. But we, the people, can fix it. Together. But not JD alone. And some of you may say, well, who do you think you are, JD? You're just an average, everyday person. And you know what I'm going to tell them? Hey, at least you see one thing right about me. And that's how we're going to fix the government. With average, everyday people. Because that's what the government needs. That's what the country needs. A country of the people, by the people, for the people. That's it. That's JD's State of the Union. So, if you want to fix this country, join me. If you want it to continue down the road, as it presently is, hey, go ahead, support the Republican Party and Democrat Party. But I'm going to tell you now, even Hillary Clinton knows this. JD, me, myself, and I, is probably the only person on the whole political scene right now that can beat her. There's not another person. And you want to know why? Because I got one thing she doesn't have. I got you. And together we can do the job. She's got the Democrat political party. And the Democrat political party, no matter how hard it tries, can't do the job any better than the Republican. Actually, both political parties have proven themselves beyond a shadow of a doubt. They cannot do the job. See? You all have a nice day. Remember 2016. But you guys are going to have to start doing the work now. I told you. It's me and you. We can. And for those of you who say, well, who the heck JD is, say, JD knows who he is. And he knows what he can do. He's not arrogant. He's not a fool. Though it may sound like it's at times, the truth is, he's never broken a promise in his life, and he's always kept his word. I can't say never broke a promise. I don't know. But as far as I can remember, if I made a promise, it was kept. And here's how much I can tell you this. If I give a person a word, I'm going to come and pick them up after work. An hour passed. They won't leave because they know I'm going to show up. No matter what, I am going to show up. When I get there, they're going to know why I was an hour and a half late. But they will have known I had came to pick them up. Even if they couldn't get in touch with me, they would know. Either that, or they would hear on the news that I'm dead from an accident. And that's why I didn't show up. And I was told that by several people. When I say I will do something, that is what I'm going to do. So people, you make the decisions. But without you, it doesn't matter. You look at what the State of the Union is because that's what it is around you. And it will always, always be that. This is JD, State of the Union for the United States of America. And this is how I see the State of the Union. Thank you.